Hello children, today I'll be telling you about combining sentences. Combining sentences means joining two or more simple sentences into a single simple sentence or a single compound sentence or a single complex sentence. Now in the English language exam, there is a question in which you have to join sentences without using the words and, but, or so. You have to avoid using these three words. That is, while joining sentences, you will use any other word or phrase, but you will not use the three words and, but, so. Now there are other words and phrases which you can use instead of and, but, and so. And for that, first of all, you have to identify the type of sentences that you have to join. That is, you should be able to know what type of sentences you have to join, whether they are similar sentences, whether they are contrast sentences, and like that. Now the first method, the first way in which you can combine a sentence is that when you simply add one statement with the other, then you use and. Simply when one statement is to be added to another statement, you generally use the word and. But and is not supposed to be used. So you can use other phrases like as well as, or not only but also, pair. So here you have to identify the sentences whether they are of equal rank or importance. So if they are of equal rank then or of equal importance, then you can join them by using as well as, or not only but also, pair instead of and. Now in the example you can see, he is a poet, he is a singer. So how will you join? Both the sentences are of equal importance. He is a poet, he is a singer. And when you join it, instead of and, how will you use it? How will you write it? He is a poet as well as a singer. Then using the pair not only but also, he is not only a poet but also a singer. Here remember children, but also is used as a phrase and it is used with not only. Then when you begin the sentence with the phrase not only, then be very careful children that after not only the verb should come first and then the subject. So when you begin with not only, how will you write? Not only is he a poet, but also a singer. So here not only is he, not he is. How will you write? Not only is he a poet, but also a singer. So the verb will come first and then the subject. Then the second way is when two sentences express contrast. I've already taught you about contrast clauses in the previous videos. You can go through them again. Now when two sentences express contrast, then they are generally joined by but. But when you are not supposed to use but, then you can use other words instead of but, like although, yet, pair, nevertheless, however, in spite, despite, etc. So you can join the sentences using these words. Like for example, he was sick, he went to work. Now here the contrast you can see, he was sick, he went to work. So there is a contrast between the two sentences. So you can begin it with although. Although he was sick, yet he went to work. Then with nevertheless, he was sick, nevertheless he went to work. And then with in spite, In spite of being sick, comma, he went to work. This I have already, the rules related to contrast clauses, I have already explained in the previous video. You can go through them and learn how to write sentences using these words, although, nevertheless, and in spite, despite. Now the third way of joining two sentences is that when two sentences are expressing alternatives, then we join them by using or, either or, neither nor, pair. Now in the example you can see, do you want an ice cream? Do you want a chocolate? So here the alternatives, options are given. Do you want an ice cream? Do you want a chocolate? So how can you join them? Do you want an ice cream or a chocolate? So you can use the word or and join the two questions. Then the next example, he did not come, he did not apologize. Now here both the sentences are negative. The word not has been used. In such a case, you can use these two sentences using the pair neither nor. So how can you write this? Neither did he come nor did he apologize. Now the fourth way of joining is that when two sentences express a result or a reason is given for something, then you can join them by using the words because, as, since, therefore instead of so, because you are not supposed to use so. So these are all the different words which you can use instead of so. Now in the example you can see, he did not wear a mask, he was fined. So here you can see there are two sentences which are expressing a result and a reason. So what is the reason here? He did not wear a mask, that is the reason. He was fined, that is the result. So be careful children, when you begin the sentence with the result, then you will be using the word because. Like for example, he was fined because he did not wear a mask. So here the result comes first. He was fined. So then you will be using the word because to join. He was fined because he did not wear a mask. Then the other example, he did not wear a mask, therefore he was fined. Now here you see that your sentence is beginning with the reason. What is the reason? He did not wear a mask. Therefore, what was the result? He was fined. So remember children, when you are beginning the sentence with the result, you will be joining them by using the word because. And when you begin the sentence with the reason, you will be using the word therefore to join the two sentences. Then children, there are other ways of joining sentences also. I'll tell you about some more by giving a few examples. Now here the first way is by using participles. Example, he finished breakfast, he went to school. Now you will start with the participle, that is finished will be changed into the ing form, finishing. So how will you write? Finishing breakfast, comma, he went to bed. So here be careful that when you are starting with a participle, you will remove the subject from the first part and use it in the second part. Then the other example, she lost her pen, she became sad. How will you be using a participle here? Having lost her pen, comma, she became sad. Then the other way is by using infinitives. Infinitives means to plus verb. In the example you can see, I went to the shop, I wanted to buy a pen. So how will you use the infinitive here? I went to the shop to buy a pen. So in this way you will join. Then the next is by using adverbs or adverb phrases. Example, he reached school, he was punctual. So here you will have to change a word into an adverb or an adverb phrase. So we have changed the word punctual into an adverb. He reached school punctually. The next is by using relative adverbs. Example, this is the house, my friend lives here. Now here, this is the house, my friend lives here. It is related to the relative adverb of place. So which is the relative adverb of place? Where. So you will write it as, this is the house where my friend lives. The next is by using a noun clause. Example, a good education leads to success. Full stop. He believes this. So how will you write this? He believes that a good education leads to success. So here the noun clause has been used. The next is by using an adjective clause. Like for example, that is the boy, he was the topper last year. So the adjective clause, who will be used because it is related to a person. That is the boy who was the topper last year. Then there are other ways of joining also, which I have already explained in transformation of sentences in the previous videos. You can go through the rules related to those different ways of using words and write the sentences correctly. Like first is by using to. So he is very old, he cannot walk. If two sentences like this come where the word very has been used, then you can join them by using to. He is too old to walk. Then by using as soon as or no sooner also. Like for example, he heard the news, he went home immediately. Now a sentence like this, he went home immediately. Immediately tells you as soon as or no sooner. So you can join such sentences by using as soon as or no sooner. As soon as he heard the news, comma, he went home. Here you will remove the word immediately because you have already started the sentence with as soon as. Then if one sentence is a question and the other is a statement, you may change it completely into a statement or into a question according to the sentences given. So one will be a question, the other will be a sentence. So you have to study, you have to understand the sentences and see whether they have to be completely changed into a question or into a statement. Like here in the example, when will the concert begin? Please tell me the time. Now here, according to the two sentences, somebody wants to know the time. So you can straight away convert the whole thing into a statement. Like, please tell me the time when the concert will begin. So children, these are all the different ways of joining sentences. And you can go through your workbook and see that there are a lot of exercises related to joining sentences. You can practice them and by following all these rules and prepare for your exam.